Hi everyone, it's Peggy Merwin with Stamp with Peggy. Today is Monday, July 15th. July is halfway over. I don't know, kind of to me that means summer is like halfway over. We start school, let's see, kids come a month from yesterday. It's like, oh my goodness. At work, a couple of them are like, stop saying that because it's like summer's already over and it's not. Hi, Margie. Hopefully everybody had a good weekend. We did. We went to my parents and helped them celebrate their 65th wedding anniversary. It was wonderful. There were 21 of us there all together. We were only missing 7, I believe, that couldn't make it. So it was very nice. Weather was nice other than storms, and I think everybody's getting storms. Tonight I decided only on one project instead of more because we've got a big storm coming. I can kind of hear the thunder rumbling now. So I decided we didn't want to prolong tonight just in case the weather gets really bad. Hi, Suzanne. Thanks for joining. Look at you all on. Yay. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Cheryl, you have had enough funerals lately. Goodness gracious. I guess Nashville's a nice place to go for it, but okay, so let's see. We are middle of July, so there's no like specials. Oh, Deb's got storms in Iowa. Keep them there. I don't want them sent this way, right? Kelly is here visiting. For how long? Let's see. Yeah, we don't have class for 2 weeks yet on the 31st, other than Summer Splash on Saturday. Well, tell Kelly I said hi, Suzanne. And hi to everybody else. Okay, post in comments. Make sure you like, tag, tell everybody hi. Till Sunday or Monday. Oh. Reminder that I do drawings for all of the likes, loves, tags, comments. Love comments because I love to hear what you guys are doing. July card sketch challenge. We have 10 people who have participated already, and we're only halfway through the month. So that's awesome. We have some new people who have not participated before, and I absolutely love that. So you guys who have not yet, get your card stuff out. If you need a reminder, post in the comments, and I will post a reminder of what the template is. But let's see how many we can get. I would love to hit 20. Let's say we're halfway through the month and we're halfway through participants. How's that? I know, right, Cheryl? It's awesome. Okay, so comments and things from last week. The first one is adhesive back pearl trios, 3 different colors. And it doesn't tell me on there what colors they are, but coordinates well with everything. And the lucky winner of this is Linda Vanderspool. So Linda, I will bring this with me on Saturday to Summer Splash and give it to you then. The second lucky person gets adhesive back dots for days. These are just cheery to me. And the lucky winner of this is Margie Letterer. Margie, I will get this popped in the mail to you. And I saw some shared out there. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay, so I posted this morning, give me some ideas, what you would like me to work with tonight, ideas of what you want, and a couple of them. I had one for fun folds or 3D, and I had another one for masculine or sympathy. So I pulled from each of them, and we're going to do a fun fold sympathy card. I've needed a couple of sympathy cards lately, and I really had to dig to be able to find some in my stash. So I figured we could all use a few, and like Cheryl said, she was just at a funeral. She's had a massive amount of them lately. Okay, we are going to use, that was the other thing, was Spotlight on Nature. So we are going to use that stamp set along with the greeting from Unbounded Love. So I'm going to pull this out. I'm going to turn it down so that, okay, we can get this up on the screen. Okay, coming back up. Close your eyes. Boop. Okay. And look at all this stuff is peeking out everywhere. Okay, let's pull this a little closer. Okay, now I got to get it up on my screen. I forgot to do that so that I could see for sure what you're seeing. Okay, come on. Okay, there we go. And you can see way too much of my worktop right now. Okay, so we are using Spotlight on Nature and Unbounded Love. I really like the greetings. I like the font in this. So we're doing with Sympathy, and then My Heart Goes Out to You. I thought that was a good one. Hi, Luann. And then we're using the flowers on here. I didn't use either of the greetings. I played with the butterfly a little bit, but it didn't fit in how I wanted this card. Okay. We are also using the Thoughtful Journey designer paper. And I know I showed this a long time ago, but it's been a little while. It's got just some really fun nature type images and then really cool backgrounds. And so I kind of liked some of these. It's like water and sky. And I thought that would be perfect for sympathy cards. You know, it's kind of, to me, this is kind of like heaven, all the clouds floating and all the pretty colors. That's a great winter one with some snow and the desert. So just really, really pretty. And it gave me some pretty color palettes to work with also. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Let's get my stuff all out of the way here and see. Okay, and again, I'm going to back that up just a little bit because it's getting right on my belly and nobody needs to see that. Judith, it is awesome paper. Okay, so for this card, I started with Pretty Peacock. My card base is 5.5 by 5.5 by 8.5. This time I scored it at 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. Okay, we're making kind of sort of a Z fold card, and you know that I love those, right? So fold it in half and then fold it back. And make sure that you burnish it really well with your bone folder. If you don't have a bone folder yet, I have a couple of Stamp with Peggy ones left. Leave some comments, and maybe I'll draw out a name or two to get a Stamp with Peggy bone folder. Okay, so there's the base of our card. Okay, then I took one of the designer papers that are 6 by 6, and I cut it to 4 by 5 1/4, and then 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. And I cut a little off the bottom and a little off the top so that I could kind of get the visual that I wanted here, right? Okay, this is going to get adhered inside. I guess I should have asked if you want to see the card first, huh? I don't know what they call it, like a double pop-out Z fold. I've been seeing some lately, and I thought, okay, let's give that a try. Okay, so I put that one on the inside. Then this one I'm going to put here so that when my card is closed, it kind of just blends right across, okay? And then, so let's go ahead. Now you could, if you wanted, put something in that center one. I didn't really feel like it needed anything, but you definitely could if you wanted to. Aren't that, yeah, Jackie, the words are just so pretty. Okay, then, now my screen went blank. Okay. Then I have a piece that is 3 inches by 3 inches. And we're scoring it at 3/4 of an inch, 1 1/2 inches, and 1 1/4 or 2 1/4 inches. So it's 3/4 of an inch between each one. Okay. Fold it in half. And again, you really want to make sure that you get this burnished really well. And then open it up and fold in. You want it to just come to the score line, okay? If it goes over, the two pieces are kind of going to overlap each other and kind of buckle. So if it does overlap, force it a little bit backwards or trim off just a tiny bit. And that's what I did so that they meet right where that score line is in the center, okay? And then we're going to use tear and tape. How many of you love tear and tape? Okay, we're going to put it right along the fold edge on both sides. And you could put 2 strips if you wanted, side by side on each one, but you don't really have to. Okay, so now we have a layer of tear and tape here and here. We're going to pull our card in. We're going to open it up. We're going to tear this off, and I just busted a nail off. Take your pick tool out. That will help you peel that off. Okay, so here's my tear and tape sides. We're going to turn it over, and we're going to put it so that this score line in the center is right along this score line. And we're going to kind of center it top to bottom. Okay, and then adhere it down really good. And then what I did is I closed it and I went over all of it again to make sure that the whole thing works, okay? That's the pop out for the inside of our card. It's kind of a little square, okay? Then I take a piece that is 3 inches by 4.5 inches. It's going to go right here, but I already stamped my greeting. My heart goes out to you, okay? That's going to get adhered right onto here. And so we're going to put a piece of tear and tape on here again. I think I'm going to do 2 of them just to make sure that that piece stays where it's supposed to. Okay, so I just put them side by side, one close to the fold, and then peel those off. Okay, and then what's going to happen is this one, this edge, is going to go right to it, but back off just a tiny bit. If you go right to and it kind of goes over a little bit, it's going to buckle when you close the card. So you want to keep it kind of like this, and then just look visually up and down. And then what I did is I closed it, and now it's attached. Okay, and I just see somebody. So the tape is only on the left side of the white piece. When I first put it down the first time, Cheryl, yes. When I put this one on, I actually put the tear and tape, like this section, I put them side by side. So there are 2 pieces to make sure that that stays really well on this piece right here. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Okay, then I have a piece of Pretty Peacock that is 3 by 4. Okay, that's going to go right on the front, giving us the border around here. Isn't that pretty? Okay, now we're going to pull in the spotlight on nature. And like I said, we're going to use the big one. And something that I thought about before is, especially for new people, and I kind of forget that we've got newbies, Memento ink. We have 2 different black inks. We have Memento and we have StazOn. Memento is a water-based paint or ink, and StazOn is a water solid or an alcohol-based ink. Okay, I'm going to color these flowers with the Stampin' Blends, which are alcohol-based. So you don't want an alcohol-based ink. Okay, now I know that sounds like a whole lot of words, right? But Memento ink with Stampin' Blends stays on with the regular markers, okay? All right, sometimes, and some have asked, you know, how do you, it's bigger than. Turn it upside down and then just pat the ink all around it. So then you can get the whole image inked up. And I'm going to stamp the flowers right up. I stamped the words on there first with Sympathy so that I would have a better visual of where my flowers could go. And I forgot to grab anything to wipe that ink off so I don't get it all over everything else. Okay. All right, then we're going to pull in the Stampin' Blends and do some coloring. So I am using the Light Lost Lagoon to color the leaves. When I tried to use Pretty Peacock, it's really dark and not the color that I wanted, because again, I wanted this to be a little bit softer. Oops. Kind of went over there a little bit. We got a thick stem going. Okay, we're almost done with the leaves. And then I pulled in a little bit of Dark Lost Lagoon. Whoops, I missed one. Suzanne, I love this stamp set too. It's just so pretty and it's so versatile. Okay, then like I said, we're going to use the Dark Lost Lagoon, and I'm kind of going over just some of the heavier areas just to give it a little bit of highlight. And some of you guys are way better at doing this coloring technique like this than I am, but kind of gives you just some fun shading. And then, and here's another one that's come up lately. Stampin' Up! Has skin tone blends. They used to come, when they first came out with them, you could buy the whole set. And there are 12, I think. Maybe not, maybe it's 8. But then they broke them up into 2-packs, just like the other Stampin' Blends are, okay? But they don't have names on them other than SU1000, SU700. But when you look for them that way, you can't find them. They're listed by light and dark and medium, and so they're a little bit hard to find. I still have not found them in the catalog, but you can find them online. Just put in Stampin' Blends and then you just start searching for the colors, okay? So I decided to start with the SU700 for my flowers, because what I was trying to pull from is kind of this peachy pink color, okay? Not quite petal pink. Oops, I think I used the other end. Okay. I'm looking at that, I'm going, Nope, that's the one I used first. I used the SU1000, sorry. Okay, and that's the cool thing, is you can blend these colors together to get you some different colors, some different tones. So again, these Stampin' Blends are skin tone, so you can make every dish different, nationality, ethnicity, whatever the proper word is that I'm supposed to be using, to get all different colors. It's so cool. Okay, and it is far away, Ruth. Thank you for saying that. Again, that's something I got to start playing with to try to figure out how on earth to make this bigger. Okay, we'll pull it up a little closer, okay? So let's get the lid off from this SU700. And then again, just like I did on the leaves, we are going to just kind of pull in a little bit of darker. And I don't want to color the whole thing in the dark, even though the first one I did. okay? And then I'm going to go back over it again with the lighter one. And so we can kind of blend so that it doesn't look like it's just a straight line. Okay, now we are ready to adhere this to our smaller piece of Pretty Peacock. No, it's not real easy to color that way, but it's easier to be able to see it, right? Okay, so there's our piece onto there. So then we need to adhere it to our card front. And again, I'm going to use, because I've started with tear and tape, I'm just going to go ahead and continue with that to make sure that it stays really strong. Okay, so we're going to get tear and tape here. Come on. Okay, then what I like to do is kind of lay it. I'm going to do it upside down so that I can get a visual here, and I'm going to put it on here. Okay, now got to zoom in. I used to be able to cast it to my TV, and I can't. iPad, which is so small. Yeah, I will do some Googling before next week and figure out how to get my phone to zoom in. I don't know why all of a sudden it's smaller. Part of it is the new phone, and part of it is me, technology with the new phone. Okay, so I put tear and tape here, and then I put tear and tape. Now make sure you get it on the right side so that you don't close your card, okay? You want it over here on the left side. Close the card all down, and then this just gets centered on like that, okay? And there's your card. It kind of pops up, so when it's standing, it gives such a pretty look, right? You can't see kind of that little square inside. Okay, then I used one of the other designer papers and did this one in kind of a little more pastel look. I stamped the flowers and the greetings with smoky slate to give it a softer look, okay? Because the designer paper itself had a softer look to it. But isn't that, I mean, it's just kind of a calm, peaceful, and then this one too. So there are the Spotlight on Nature, the Fun Fold. Let's see what else. Cheryl, what was, oh, and the Sympathy. Okay, so I got 3 out of the 4 suggestions in, right? So keep throwing out ideas. Give me some ideas of what you want to see. We have not done a 3-dimensional in a while, so we might do that next week. I have a couple things for Summer Splash on Saturday that maybe I will recreate something like it, but a little bit different. Or, we'll just kind of see where we're going. All right. That's it for this week. Like I said, there's supposed to be storms coming, so everybody stay safe. And I will see you next Monday night with the picture that's bigger to come in just on this part and not all of this. That's the difference, is something with my phone has changed with the new phone that's giving you way too much and it's not coming in close enough. Okay, everybody have a fabulous week. Stay safe, and I'll see you next Monday. Bye-bye.